Hi there, Cosmo family. My name is Jehliali in this incarnation. Well, today I wanted to comment that the moon is entering tomorrow in Scorpio, September 7th. And it is going to stay there the whole weekend. It is entering while it creates a trine with Mars in Cancer. Then the 8 is going to create a trine with Saturn retrograde in Pisces. And at the same time, that day, the Sun in Virgo is making this opposition, this tension with Saturn. So the passage of the moon through this sign gives us the opportunity to deepen in our impulses when we need to act, in our emotional needs, in our passions too, and also in a lesson of responsibility that could be manifesting. Responsibility as learning to respond in the face of the situations that we are experimenting at the present moment in contact with our soul. Because even though Saturn could be seen or felt as a severe master in its transits, what is manifesting is actually to put boundaries, to put limits to what no longer is part of the purpose of our path. On the contrary, those things are disconnecting us from the purpose. I mean, the Sun in Virgo, it is also creating a square with Jupiter in Gemini. I didn't talk about this because this is going to be perfected the next week, but it is already active. And Jupiter is this planet that seeks for freedom and expansion. It is this faith in the new horizons. It is the happiness of approaching, of exploring the experience. But in this contact with Saturn, because Jupiter is still, it is still in a square. It is going to be the whole 2024, but it is in August and in December, the months where we are going to feel it more, the more. And now both of them are like in this conversation with the Sun in Virgo. So this invites us to see what paths, ways, connections, forms of communication, and beliefs are not contributing with the sense to our experience. So we need to put a boundary. Or perhaps it is life that the one that puts the boundary, the limitation, and close the path that cannot be anymore. So the symptom, the low energy, the internal or external blockage is a form of that expression, is an expression, sorry, of that limit. And many times as humans, we have the tendency to see all of those things with a negative perception, with a pessimistic perception. And the other polarity, I mean, the Jupiterian polarity in shadow, is this optimism that is not realistic. I mean, losing oneself in distractions and excesses, even not as a sacred enjoyment, but in an illusion of expansion that actually responds to not wanting to face the reality. However, the faith in the highest purposes of the experiences is very, very important, because it is when we are disconnecting from that inner wisdom, when we are feeling trapped in the experience, when we are feeling restricted. And even though we could experiment that restriction has also a purpose, that usually we see it when we keep walking and when we practice to observe the whole view, the big picture. The faith of Jupiter is the one that we proved many times in our path, that if we recognized inside a new decision, a new direction, a new way of perceiving the reality, and we are really approaching that in coherence with our soul, then that is going to be expansive for ourselves, inside and outside. So Saturn here has the function of showing us what is not building, what is not constructing anymore, and what is. And the sun in Virgo, with discernment, puts the vital energy, the vital force in what corresponds. So I just wanted to leave this reflection today. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.